just notorious for prostitution that is happening right out in the open. But as we showed you,
Happy Mother's
the
Day to the
LAPD
hoes.
is cracking down there. Well, now it appears that's pushing some of that prostitution to what's called the Western Corridor, which is Western Avenue between 2nd
Y'all look
and
at this with me.
Melrose.
This is crazy. Look at her. She got her pink boots. Ooh, look at them shoes.
It's just after 4 a.m. on a Friday morning. The corridor is dark, but far from quiet. It's time to go home. Didn't I tell you already? Ellie?
It's time to go home. Didn't I tell you already? A girl's got to do what she got to do.
Senior lead officer Daniel Chavez sometimes drives these streets before crack of dawn. His mission is to get these young women suspected of illicit sex to head home before sunrise.
This girl's got glowing heels here.
Glowing heels. Can y'all see them?
I like the shoes, but you gotta go home. And I get complaints constantly from my community that they're seeing these men, gladly dressed out here when the kids are getting dropped off in school. How long have you been out here?
On top of telling the women to get off Western Avenue, Officer Chavez checks cars parked on side streets.
Got his flashlight and everything out.
You'll start to see the windows getting a little bit foggy and stuff.
And he keeps his eyes on their suspected pimps.
And so you can see this is the
wow.
So
he's keeping his eyes on the suspected pimps.
These cars that are, backed in, all blacked out, tinted, they sit here all night and they wait for these girls to do their work. Ladies, it's time to go home. Let's go.
When you ask them to go home,
He know the whole rundown. He said the cars that are backed in, waiting for the ladies to do their work. Anyway, 40 years later, they know what's up now.
usually listen.
A lot of times they do, believe it or not.
Let me
But
back
they
it
don't
up.
follow
I missed
orders.
something.
Some should.
What do you say?
Let's go.
When you ask them to go home,
Do they usually listen? A lot of times they do, believe it or not.
but not all follow orders. Some show no fear and argue back.
Look at her
One
outfit.
young woman even walked right behind our interview with Officer Chavez.
She walked right behind him.
Hey, ma'am, I asked you to go home already. Why are you still out here? You told me your Uber was coming 45 minutes ago. No, that wasn't another girl, that was you. I've talked to you a few times already. It's time to go home.
How out in the open is this?
It's blatant. It's like,
He said, no, that was you. I talked to you a few minutes ago. I know that booty from anywhere.
there's not a care in the world.
She walked right by you.
Yeah, she knows. There's a police car here. We're sitting here with the camera.
It was also late when we were out with the LAPD's 77th Division as they looked for underage prostitutes on the Figueroa corridor. But here on Fig, some fear must now be sinking in as police continue their crackdown on LA's infamous hub of prostitution.
Wait a minute.
As a result, I
I've
think
seen
we're
somebody on there with a
more
wig
activity
on.
pushed down here north into our division, and we're seeing girls that we haven't seen
I
before.
play too much.
We're seeing girls.
No, one of them had a wig on like mine.
Historically seen prostitution-related crimes and human trafficking along Western Corridor for decades. I think what we're seeing now is the prostitution
The
that is
blatant
happening out there and
prostitution.
the trafficking.
No shame in your game.
And that is leading onto our smaller streets.
That's even pushed some homeowners here to see signs on their front yards warning Johns and the women they hire they're being recorded. And
In case you don't know what a John is, a trick. Somebody who pays for sex. John.
the video will be handed over to Officer Chavez.
They want to be able to walk their dog in the morning without seeing condoms, without seeing naked women on the streets.
The Western Corridor sits inside LAPD's Olympic Division, which is overseen by Dr. Rachel Rodriguez.
So the complaint is from the people who live in Western area is that the Figueroa, they didn't move over to that, wait a minute. Okay. Figueroa people have moved over Western area. They don't like that. They won't go back to your neighborhood. It was fine when it was over there, but you can't come over here.
The things I promised our neighborhoods and our community is we are going to make sure our kids have a safe path to school.
You got rent and bills to pay. You know it's dangerous though, right?
So that's Officer Chavez's motivation for these super early mornings. He doesn't want kids seeing this before their first bell. But it's impossible for him to get every one of the dozens of women off Western before daylight. So it's now 6:30 in the morning, the sun is up, this neighborhood is starting to come to life. But still, even in daylight, these girls are still working these corners, they are still soliciting sex. St. Brendan Elementary and LAUSD's Charles H. Kim Elementary are right off of Western Avenue.
Really uncomfortable. I mean, you have your kids asking, like, what's that?
So they going in front of the school?
To overcome this problem.
And I wish I had more officers.
Even an understaffed LAPD seems to now be making progress on this Western Corridor too. Homeowners tell us they're seeing less Johns parking overnight on their side streets.
Hey, stop. What are you guys doing out here? You trying to get a girlfriend?
And that's probably thanks to Officer Chavez and his overnight patrols. Officer Chavez says most of those working the Western Corridor are between 8 and 23 years old, but police are also finding underage girls working this corridor just like they are on Fit.
He said the underage girls are between 18. He said the youngest one that he's arrested was 11 years old.